We sold our house on the edge of town and sold my business in order to start our new journey and buy 20 acres of rural, undeveloped land to try our hand at homesteading. With zero experience, we are planting, growing, harvesting, preserving, raising livestock, building our home ourselves, beekeeping, homeschooling, really everything homestead you can think of, we are trying. We invite you to come alongside us in this learning adventure. If this interests you, which I pray it does, please subscribe to our channel and do please interact with us. We can all learn from each other. Good morning, camper family. My name is Lee with Camphomesteadacres, and this is where we left off in the previous video, where the drywall mudding is complete. So today I'm going to be priming the walls and ceiling for paint. So excited. But first, here's a little bit of what the room used to look like. If you can believe it, this was just over a year ago. We are about to put up the first wall of our bedroom upstairs. So this is how the framing went. T, of course, did all of the mapping and all of the mathematical parts and most of the labor, to be honest. But I was there every step of the way to help in any way I could, back pain and all. So we lift up this wall a lot slower than what I'm playing it on because I fast forwarded it so this video wasn't extremely long. But here is what the room looked like before. Also, I apologize about how unsteady the filming is. This is my then 6-year-old daughter filming for us. Doesn't have the most steady of hands, but I didn't have a tripod at this time, and I'm actually surprised I filmed it all because I didn't film a whole lot of most of the process up until this point. So I did end up finding this after searching for hours for this one clip that I knew that I had somewhere. I finally found it literally at like 1:30 in the morning this morning. So I've had zero sleep, but I found this part because I wanted you to see it just so you can kind of feel like in the moment. But here in the next clip, I'm going to be showing you. So this is before.
Okay, so now I gotta do it this way.
And then here is during. So hang out with me and watch until the end to see the after. Except it's not going to be the final after because in the next video I'm going to be painting, but stick around with me. If you enjoy this content, please don't forget to like. It sure helps my channel out a lot, and let's hang out for the day. Hello campers, my name is Lee with Camphomesteadacres. Today is an exciting day because we are going to finish the master bedroom mudding so that I can prime the bedroom. I need to do the ceilings and the walls, and then after that is paint. And then after that I'm really excited because we're going to be installing the upstairs flooring, at least in the master bathroom and the bedroom. And then after we're done with that, not in this video, the flooring is not in this video either, but I'm just letting you know what all we have left to do because this has been a long journey. We still have the hallway to do, the finish mudding it, painting it, putting the flooring in, and then our spare bedroom. Our spare bedroom still needs a lot done to it, and then our kitchen hasn't been completed. And then after all of that, because we still have a lot to do in the kitchen, we have to figure out what we're doing with the flooring. If you've missed any of our previous building videos or even the flood video where we had to rip up all of our new flooring, I will link those in the description box below. We had just laid beautiful wood flooring down on the first floor, and a flood came through, ruined all of it, so now it's just exposed kind of ugly concrete. So we need to figure out what we're doing there, but feel like we're so close to finishing, but yet so far away. But in today's video, we're going to try to get this master bedroom kind of wrapped up so that we're ready to put the flooring in. That'll be the next step once I get this the paint all done. So hopefully in the next couple of days in this video, I'm going to be priming it, and then for our next video, I will paint it. And after that, hopefully the next video after that will be T installing the flooring. I am so excited to have this room look like a bedroom. So excited, so come along with us. If you like this kind of content, please don't forget to hit the like button. It sure helps my small channel out a whole lot. And if you haven't already and want to kind of stick around, I'd love to have you as part of the family. So please subscribe. It's free to you. And again, I would love to have you along for this journey. But let's get this thing going. All right. Say goodbye to the ceiling. Okay, so first for the boring stuff, I'm going to be cutting in, so that's all I'm going to be doing right now is cutting in the drywall primer. And just keep in mind we're living in a construction zone, so everything is kind of like thrown about. We have my rat cage right here, our bed in the middle, so I'm going to have to be maneuvering around everything because, again, we're living in a construction zone, so it just makes doing construction just a little bit more difficult. So if you could bear with me, I'm trying to internalize the anxiety. But yeah, it's just a cluster and I have no place to put anything because every room is filled because, again, we're living here. So anyway, I'm going to be cutting in, so come cut in with me. Also, in case you're wondering, this pipe is our downstairs fireplace. We had a vision of making it a double layer fireplace, but we ended up not having enough room in here for a fireplace, which is really unfortunate. And so we're still trying to rack our brains with what we're going to do with this exposed pipe, how we're going to kind of conceal that to make this a little more, well, not industrial looking. So that's what that is. That's our downstairs fireplace going up through the roof. And again, we're just trying to figure out what exactly we're going to be doing with that. I'm once again asking you for grace as you see these video clips and how messy the room is. So just bear with us through this construction portion of our life. And like I said, I promised an after video when the entire homestead is complete, and I will record and give you a house tour, which I'm so excited to give you, but it's not going to happen for a while. But I promise you I'll give you a house tour, and then it will be in video worthy condition as far as cleanliness and having things put away, and because we'll actually have room to store the things that need to be put away. So anyway, hang out with us. It should be a fun day. So I had mentioned in the intro, or should I say one of the intros, because I swear this video had like 3 of them at least. Not sure what happened there. I don't know. I was very, very chatty today in front of the camera. But in one of the intros, I had stated that the next step would be flooring after painting. That's actually not true because winter kind of came and went, and now we have to prep for the garden. So we're having to redirect from the building of the homestead to the outdoor parts of the homestead. So hopefully you are excited about that. I'm definitely excited about my side of gardening. Yesterday I gutted our cellar or our pantry. It had, started to collect things here and there. So I ended up having to reorganize, pull things out, donate a whole bunch of stuff so I can make room for food preservation. So excited. Since last year, I was not able to do that because if you've been hanging out with me, you know that we had a flood that took out along with many other things, took out our entire garden, and it sure took the wind out of our sails as far as continuing on this build. And so I didn't get to can. There was nothing to preserve because the floods took absolutely everything. So this year we are moving the garden and building raised beds out of free pallets So those will be in future videos. So again, if you haven't, click subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified of any future videos. That way you don't miss anything. But as I've stated before, this is a collection channel. Like it's collectively anything to do with homesteading or even just our lives. So it's not just this build, it's gardening, it's preserving, it's baking, it's homeschooling, it's shepherding, beekeeping, it's everything that encompasses homesteading or basically our lives. One teeny tiny wall done, and I have to stop to make the kids lunch, and I will be back. Okay, so now that the kids are all fed and happy, I am back to priming these walls. But I'm easily distracted with all things around me, and so how can I not stop and share this absolute cuteness? Hi, Cookie. You see what Mama's doing? Are you seeing what Mama's doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Huh? Want to say hi? We say hi. Say hi. You go back in. I gotta paint. I got to paint. I do. Want some bread? So as I was stating, we're redirecting our focus. We just started germinating some of the seeds that need to be germinated first. The ones that do better when germinating is what I'm saying, versus just sticking them straight into the ground outside. So we're germinating a lot of things, and that's in a video to come. But then also T, as I stated, is building raised garden beds out of free pallets. We're trying to get as much inexpensive or free items as we possibly can in rebuilding from the devastation. So T is building raised beds, and that's in hopes of preventing the floods. If there are any future floods, we're praying against that. But if there are future floods, we are preparing and hoping, really, that having these raised beds will prevent at least a complete loss. We're hoping that it would prevent any loss, really, having these raised beds. But the building of the pallets and doing all the gardening things, those are in future videos. So like I said, just keep hanging out with this journey and follow along to watch that as we go. I'm so excited to get back in the kitchen and bake. And I haven't made bread since the flood either. We really did lose the wind out of our sails when that hit us, because we had to stop building and start rebuilding what we had already built, and then not having a garden, like the cleanup. I am still doing cleanup of the yard, the property, the acreage. We are still finding things that are ours all the way to the river where our creek meets the river. We were finding all stuff scattered throughout our entire spread of our property, and it's just heartbreaking. But yeah, so we are still doing cleanup and things like that, and so that really just took our will out of it for, I would say, too long. It really did. We were very discouraged, and it took us a while to get our motivation back, but now I feel like we're going full steam ahead again. And yeah, we're excited about the process and the progress, and we're back in the game, and I'm so excited about it, because man, what a great feeling. Okay, so one thing that I'm going to point out is the color that we are painting currently. This is primer paint. That's all this is. And this is what we leave on the ceilings. We go ahead and, I paint the walls a specific color that we have throughout the house. which that was also a debate for me. I kind of wanted our bedroom to be a different color, but I went ahead and just decided to do everything the same color. That's a great thing about paint is we can always change it, right? So not a big deal. I wanted to just get this painted, and I really do like the gray color that we chose throughout the house. It's very, for a gray, it's a very warm, calming gray. It's more of like a purpley brown hue versus like a blue harsh hue. Not harsh, but stimulating. It's more of a warming color. Anyway, so the ceilings though, we just keep the primer paint. We don't mind the color of it, and just so I don't have to paint this thing again. This is what we did throughout the house though. I just primed all of the ceilings, and that was the color of the ceiling. And you'll see after the paint job that it really looks beautiful. So there's no need to go back in and paint the ceilings white when primer paint is white. So like I said, I just primed the ceilings and called it good. And then for the walls though, I did go ahead and paint those. I feel like I've talked your ear off enough, so now I will bless your eardrums with my personal friend and pianist, the late Jonathan Lee. This fireplace flue was so hard to paint around. It was a little pain in the butt, but I got it figured out. It was just a little difficult, a little challenging. So almost the entirety of this final clip, which is so frustrating because it's the final streak, the final leg of the race, or whatever the saying is, and most of it is blurry. I wanted to clip it in any way for satisfaction purposes, just so you can watch the final stroke be given. But yeah, my camera autofocused, and it focused on that annoying paper towel roll up on the top of my rat cage. That's clearly what my camera thought was the most important shot of this clip, was the paper towel roll and not the person moving in the background painting. So frustrating, but again, I wanted to not leave it out because if you're anything like me, I have to see like the final stages happen. If you ever watched those short videos, those like clickbait videos where they want to give you like the best detail or the best news, and you watch the entire thing through its entirety, I guess that's the whole point of the entire thing. It's the same thing as the entirety. But if you watch it through to the end and they don't give you the news, or they don't have the final product, or they don't, it's just so aggravating and so frustrating. So I didn't want to not have it in this clip if your mind is like me and you would only get satisfaction. But if your mind is where you would get frustrated at watching something so blurry, I'm so sorry, because like 30 to 60 seconds of that video was blurry until I moved the direction of the camera. Not that I could see what was happening, but I wanted you to get a better, clear view of the final strokes on the ceiling. So satisfying to watch. It was so satisfying to do. If you can notice that it got dark at this point, I had been working since the first thing in the morning. My back was on fire, and I started with the ceiling, if you noticed, but my back and neck just could not take it because of the pain that I was in. But I was so close to being, so then I refocused and did the walls. But anyway, I was so close to being finished. I couldn't go to bed with it not being finished. I think that would have hurt me more than my physical body hurt. I would not have been able to sleep knowing that this project was not done, because the very next day I wanted to paint, and I can't paint unless everything is dry. So I toughed it out until I finished the job. It was very, very excruciating, but I got it done. And if you hung out with me all day, I sure appreciate your company. If you liked the video, please do click on the like button. It sure helps me out a whole lot. If you haven't already and you want to hang out for a little while, please consider subscribing. It's free to you, and I would love to have you a part of the journey and a part of the family. I love to have you guys along. Please comment, share the video to those that you think might benefit or want to hang out with me too. But do leave comments and tips or suggestions, or just how do you like what I did, how I did it, what would you have done differently? Obviously not move in first. That would be a good thing. But thank you for hanging out, and as always, be blessed and be a blessing. Bye.